Hello, hello. I'm sorry I'm late. Teacher's late today. I was looking for some fun stuff for us to do today. I am going to... Actually, I'm going to go straight to here and see if I can't copy this link. And I've got to send this to myself. Or actually, no, I don't have to. Let me see if it's up here. Doesn't give me my link tree. I'm going to try and link this pattern for you guys. And I'm probably going to have to sign in. Yes. I'm going to get this pattern linked for you guys so you can follow along. Hey, Jonette. How are you? I'm over here trying to get this. Marla, welcome. Ghana, good morning. I'm missing everybody's comments. I'm very, very sorry. Running a little behind today. Trying to... is this the right one? Okay, and this one is I linked it. Hopefully it's in there. Okay, all of them are here. We're not going to do that. Okay, I did link it. We're going to do some dragon scale fingerless gloves in the crochet portion of class today. And for the knitted portion, I'm also going to show you how to create some fingerless gloves that you can wear over splints. If you have to wear splints for your hands, or if you have compression gloves that you have to wear for a health issue or whatever, I'm going to show you how to make some really pretty fingerless gloves that you can wear right over top of that. So we got that one linked. The other one is going to be from my own pattern for the knitted portion, and I'll show you how I do that and figure all that out and get everything all set up. It'll be really, really fun. I'm going to try and focus on the next couple of classes, some fall accessories, attire, whatever, because fall is coming, and I know that excuse me, people are going to be looking for wrist warmers and fingerless gloves, headbands. I'm going to show you how to make some of those with designs and everything on them in the next couple of classes. So that way you can get ready for fall. If you just want it for yourself, or if you have a shop and you're looking for new things to put in there, I'm going to help you with all of that today. I'm going to use a little bit of, this is the Lion Brand Mandala yarn. You can use whatever yarn you have. I'm going to use a smaller sized crochet hook than what is recommended for this yarn, and I'm trying to get it untangled, and I'm pulling the outside out. Never fails. All right, then get this put back in here. I am going to be using, it calls for a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, which if I'm not mistaken, that is an E. Yes, because I'm going to be using a 3.75, just a tiny bit bigger. Good morning, Meredith. How are you? How are you this morning? Doing pretty good myself. I'm almost finished with that tunic. I do have a little bit of a draft video started, and I'll be showing that after the recipient gets it and she gets first look. Oh yes, I've got my coffee right here already. I'm going to grab a sip of that and then we're going to get started. Again, Lion Brand Mandala yarn, which is probably about a 2 or a 3. I don't still have the label. I know it's DK weight, so it's either a 2 or a 3. Weight yarn, and that is depicted on your label. I'm going to show you. This is not the label that come with it, and that's why I'm leaving it on the yarn. It will tell you on your yarn label, usually on the back side, the weight of your yarn. This is worsted weight, which is a medium. This one here that I'm using is either a 3 or a 2, which is a sport weight or a DK weight yarn. And a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook I am using. The pattern calls for a 3.5 millimeter. If you have those, it's fine. If you don't have those and you have worsted weight yarn and, you know, a smaller crochet hook, it'll work just as well. Grab another sip of coffee here. I did link this pattern in my link tree. So if you would like to go in there and open that up, and I'll give everybody a minute or two to go ahead and check that out, and then we are going to start. Let me see. Yeah. Let's give everybody just a few more minutes so they can gather their stuff. Good morning, Lucy. Marla, did you go into back to my profile page on TikTok? Right above my videos on my profile page, there is a link tree link. I'm going in here to double check and make sure because I just did add it this morning, and I want to make sure because I have 2 link trees. I don't know why. I want to make sure that it's in here. Yep, it's on the very top. Dragon Scale Fingerless Gloves. If you click on that, it will take you to Ravelry. I did find it on Pinterest, but when you click on the link, it takes you to Ravelry. Ravelry. If you don't have an account through there, you might want to create one. It is a free download for this pattern. If you can't find the pattern, I will give you row by row instructions as we go through. So it is not a big deal if you can't pull it up or if you don't have a Ravelry just yet, because it might take you a minute to create a Ravelry account. But I do use Pinterest and Ravelry pretty much. Some of the links will take you to Lovecrafts and things like that. I think it's called Lovecrafts. I'm not sure. But there's several other places that I do, you know, through Pinterest that I go to. And I need to start doing this a little bit more ahead of time. Because again, I just did this morning. Yeah. So, good morning, Cindy. So Marla, if you want to try one more time, I'll wait a minute. It keeps going back to the bottom. It won't let you click on it. In the Linktree link. I will have to check that out and see why it won't, because I just looked at my Linktree and it's right on the very top. And when I click on it, it goes right to the Dragon Scale Fingerless Glove pattern on Ravelry where you can download it. I don't know. But I will give you row by row directions if you can't get it today. It'll be up there. But yeah, it should let you. Oops. Alright, now I need to find this pattern again. Here we go. I'm using my desktop here to read my pattern because I can make it really big so I can see it. Are you going to be on today, Meredith? I'll have to stop in and check you out if you're going to be on. Yeah. Well, I'll look for you. I always go into my following to see who's live. Try to jump in there. At least a few minutes for everybody. Yeah, I'm sewing that tunic together myself too. I'll be finishing that up today. I got to do that and have picot stitches to do around the edging. But yeah, it'll be all done today. So we are going to start with we're going to be chaining 36. Now this pattern is set up for a medium, for a size medium. So if you need to make it larger than a size medium, let me see here. And we're going to be working in the round. Where did it say that? Let me make sure. Oh, where the heck did I see that at in this pattern? I know I did. Alright. The gloves. Maybe it was another pattern. It's not in this one now. Okay, I thought it told me it was done in the medium size. It might have been another glove that I looked at. Probably was. So we are going to start with a slip knot or secure your yarn on your crochet hook however you do normally. And we are going to chain 36. Oh crap. I forgot. And I hope I don't get a copyright violation. Music playing in the background. I forgot to change over to my YouTube and my NCS music, which is non-copyrighted sound music. If you do upload anything from TikTok to YouTube, make sure that you have NCS music playing in the background. They will get you for copyright violation because you have music playing in the background. And it's not like anybody else can't be listening to the same music. But, yeah. I was not able to upload a couple of my classes because of copyright. And now I forget how many I had, and I'm not even going to try to count them. I'm just going to start over. 14, 15. Again, I might have to edit the video so that I can take out that copyrighted content. And here I go losing my count again. So probably the first part of this video will have to be chopped off just so that I can upload it so other people can see it. So again, we're starting out with a slip knot and we're chaining 36. And for any of you who are new, a chain, once you secure your crochet hook. Oh, thank you. Can't really see your name because I don't have this just quite right. Let me adjust this very quickly because I won't be able to see your names or your comments if I don't. Okay, that's not quite, but there we go. I'm going to run back through these comments very quickly. Yes, Jessica, these hooks do help with cramps. I have, and where did I put it? I'm going to need it for this other, and I probably put it away. I also have, that's probably still out on the other table. I got to make sure I got my right crochet hook. I also have these that I got off of Amazon. You get 2 of them in a pack. One's blue, one's green. One's for the larger hooks, one's for the smaller hooks. I started out with these. These do, I mean, you're holding a crochet hook like this because it's so tiny. This automatically, this motion here causes cramping. Over tightening of your pinky to hold tension on your yarn can cause cramping because all you gotta do is do just like that and tighten it up, and you feel all of this tighten up, and then you're making it work tight. Causes an issue. This stops you from over tightening. You can't over tighten your pinky. There's no way. You can't. No cramping whatsoever. So I love these hooks. They are a godsend. The grips. There are some other ergonomic grips that I found on Etsy that I'm going to give a try, and I will let you guys know. They're a little bit bigger. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. A little bit bigger, firmer grip. This I got from Get Crafty Brooks. Her link is in my bio, in my Linktree link. She does these. I don't know if she has any made for sale, but she does do customs to where you can pick your own beads and your own topper. All different kinds of beads. She has multitudes of toppers. Some of them are a little racier than my little frog here. Glow-in-the-dark beads, all kinds of beads. Again, that's Get Crafty Brooks. Check her out. She does use the Susan Bates hooks and the boy hooks, so whichever one you prefer. Dina, don't worry, I was late too. I'm just getting started. And that is, I do not know how to pronounce your name, and I do not want to destroy it. From Brazil. Yes, we love to crochet. We love yarn crafts. Jess, this pattern is called Dragon Scale gloves, fingerless gloves. I did put the link in my TikTok. If you go back to my profile page, click on this little button up here and go back to my profile page. Right above my videos is a Linktree link, and that's where I share all the access that I give you guys to me for messaging. And any of the patterns or helpful tips and tricks. So all of that link is in there. I am going to give you blow by blow as we go. Okay, here's what the information I was looking for. I was just reading over the first part of the pattern. We did chain 36, and it says in the first row, the starting chain is multiples of 6, which you can tell by the number 36. This will make a medium-sized glove. So if you need a bigger glove than the medium-sized, you're going to add multiples of 6. So if you need a bigger than a medium, you're going to go from 36 to 42 stitches. I would recommend taking your stuff here like this and just hold it together over here where they overlap, and try that on your hand, because we're going to start up here at the top anyway, right here with the crocodile stitches. So if this is a little tight for you, because I think these V stitches are going to draw it up a little bit, you might want to add 6 more, and I think I will. I'm going to go up to 42. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Jessica. Morning, Gnome. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I tell you, all these names, I can't pronounce them. But yeah, I'm going to add another 6 stitches to this because that's a little tight for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I'm using the Lion brand mandala yarn. It is a DK weight yarn, which is a 2. You can also use a 3, which would be sport weight. If you don't have that and you're working with worsted weight, that's fine. 36 stitches in worsted weight should be okay if you're using the smaller hook, a 3.75 like I am. Yes, crocodile scale gloves. They're called, this is from the Yarnivore. I got the pattern, I found it on Pinterest, but it's actually listed on Ravelry as a free download. Yarnivore, YARNIVORE UK, dragon scale gloves. And they're calling this an intermediate pattern, probably because of the front and back post crochets that we're going to be doing, and the V-stitch, and most definitely the crocodile stitch. So, back to the pattern again. Chain 36 if you want a medium-sized glove. If you want a smaller glove, because you're doing it for, you know, a child, a toddler, somebody with smaller hands, you're going to subtract 6. So maybe you only chain 30. Take it and wrap it around their wrist. Actually, this part here, when you turn it together, is going to go across this part of the hand because we're working the crocodile stitch part first. Looking here. Yeah, we're going to work that part first, it looks like. Because we're going to do a row with V-stitches, and then we're going to go back on the second row with the crocodile stitches, which are worked in the V's or around the V's. Okay, so we're going to start round 2 up, whichever you've decided. If you want to make it smaller, subtract 6. If you want to make it bigger, add 6. Multiples of 6. So you could actually take this pattern and make it for a baby if you wanted to. You just have to have the measurements to go around the arms, and they'd have little dragon gloves. So that's what I like, when they tell you the multiples of stitches for the pattern and how you can resize it yourself. I like that a lot. So for row 1, we are going to chain 3, and then we're going to double crochet in the same stitch. Probably from where we did the double crochet, from where we started chaining. 2. What I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you this, what I do is I pinch this right here so I know which chain I was in. So we're going to chain 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to come here and double crochet in that chain where we started our chain 3 from. So hence holding my hand underneath of that chain before I started. Alright, and we're going to double crochet, which means a yarn over, and we're going to go into that stitch and do a double crochet. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip 2 chains, and then double crochet in the next. So I'm going to go ahead and yarn over so my needle's ready. We're going to skip the next 2 chains and go over here to the 3rd one. And we're going to put our double crochet right there. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 2 more chains. And here's 1, 2, go over to this one. And we're going to put 2 double crochets in this stitch. How does that make a V-stitch without a chain 1 in between? I guess it does. Sort of, kind of. Chain 1, skip 2, and we're going to skip 2, and we're going to do a double crochet right here in that next stitch. This is always slow for me on this first row. My finger dexterity isn't what it used to be. Now we're going to chain 1. And we're going to skip 2 and do 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So I've done my chain 1, we're going to skip 2 chains, and we're going to do 2 double crochets right here. This is a little confusing to me because I thought the V-stitch always had a chain between it, but she's not chaining between these. Okay. And again, chain 1, skip 2, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to skip 2 and put 2 double crochets. Chain 1 first. Then skip 2, 1, 2, and 2 double crochets. So that pattern is going to repeat all the way to the end, just like that. So we got our 2 double crochets, chain 1. We're going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, go to the third one, and do 1 double crochet in there. Chain 1, skip 2, and then 2 double crochets in the next chain, all the way to the end. If I've lost anybody, please let me know, because I will. 2 double crochets here. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 2, go to the third one. We got 1 double crochet in this one. Then we're going to chain 1, yarn over for our double crochet, skip 2, go to the third one. And in this one we're going to put 2 double crochets in this stitch. And do 1 more here. Chain 1, yarn over for our double crochet, skip 2 chains, go to the third one. Yes, we are going to be working in the round. Oh, we got to go back to the chain 36. I'm sorry, guys, because we should have joined it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad I looked up, because I would have kept on going and been like, okay, why is this not right? Thank you for the follow, G. So what I'm going to do, come all the way back here to this one. If you need to go all the way back, and I'm going to go back to the beginning and just start over again, because if not, my mind's going to be where it's at. I didn't read that direction, and I did say we were going to be working in the round. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Ghana. All right. Start with our slip knot, or however you attach your yarn. It doesn't matter. It's not anything specific that needs to be done for this pattern to attach your yarn. Is that Lolitha? Thank you for the follow. And Diane, thank you for the share. Karen, I see you. How are you? So I'm going to chain 42. The pattern says to chain 36, but I'm going to do 42 because I need a larger size. And it is multiples of 6. And just for GP, general purposes, I'm going to take this as I normally would, and I'm going to put it on my hand as to where it would sit. And this is 42. This gives me a little extra leeway. It's nice and comfortable. It's not gapping in any way. Okay, and I've got the stitch here and the stitch where I would attach it together, hold it right next to each other. So if you need a larger than a medium, you're going to add 6 more stitches. Lindsay, we just started and we are working on a dragon scale fingerless glove. And we're going to start, it's going to start at this point right here, not down on the cuff, which I'm used to. In a couple of rows, we're going to get right into the crocodile stitch. So if you'd like to follow along or work along with us, Lindsay, we're using a DK weight or a sport weight yarn. I'm using the Lion Brand Mandala Cake, so it's going to change color as I go through. And if you wanted to change color at certain spots, I can tell you how to do color changes, because I do have a whole lot of green right here, and it's all going to be mostly green. So I might do some color changes, or I might just not, but I can tell you where you can do them and how as we go through, so that your dragon scales can be different shades of green if you like. Mix it in there however you like and make it your own. But you're going to want to fit it around here. So multiples of 6. If 36 stitches is too big, take 6 stitches out. If 36 isn't big enough, add 6 stitches. Okay, so that everybody, good morning baby girl, so that everybody can have an appropriate fitting glove. All right, now we need to join this in the round, which I skipped right over. What I do when I join in the round, even for knitting, I will lay my needles or my work down. With crochet, it's just your work. With knitting, you'd have needles in here. And I make sure that it's all oriented the same way. You can see my chain is all laying up right here. And I've always still have my crochet hook in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And what I do is I run my hand, you see how I'm holding it, I run my hand back down around like this, and I will loop it back up so that the back and the front are looking like this. So that way when I come over here to put my stitch in here like this, it is all the right way to join them. Okay? Turn it around this way here, that way I can get into here. And that's how I do it. And then when I get to this point, I double check, because who wants to have to take this back apart? We've already started over several times. And I just make sure that as I turn it around, that chain is all facing to the outside. So that way I can go ahead and put it together. Okay? And I'll make sure I don't twist my stuff around again. Let me take that back off, because I got my yarn all in my way and I can't see what I was doing. Double check. Turn it around like this. And through. There we go. Now I can pick up my yarn, do my slip stitch. You're going to slip stitch right into that first chain. Okay, and then you've got it. It's all right. So we will start what the designer has described as the first row. If you want to write this down, you can. If you were unable to get to the pattern, Marla was saying she had some issues opening up the pattern from Linktree. It is called, again, Dragon Scale Gloves, and it is the Yarnivore who is the designer of the pattern. But yes, the first row we're going to chain 3. So from right here we are going to chain 3, 2, 3. Now it makes sense. And we are going to double crochet in that same stitch right there. Okay, I'm going to catch a little bit more of that stitch because I'm going to try and close that hole up. So I'm going to catch the top 2 loops, work it through there so that I've got those 2 loops on my hook. You can see the 2 loops. And we are going to, oh, I didn't yarn over. Yarn over. At least we won't have to struggle too much to get them back in there because I've kind of already made a pathway. And we're going to do a double crochet right there. Then we're going to chain 1, skip the next 2 chains, and double crochet in the next. So we are going to skip 1, 2, and go into this one and do a double crochet. Then we are going to chain 1, skip 2 chains. I'm going to yarn over ahead of time, skip 2 chains, go into the 3rd chain here, and we are going to do 2 double crochets. And we're going to repeat that across. Okay? So we're going to chain 1, yarn over, skip 2, go to the 3rd one, and 1 double crochet in that one. Then we're going to chain 1, yarn over, skip 2, 1, 2, go to the 3rd one, and we're going to put 2 double crochets in this one. We're going to do that all the way around. Okay. Chain 1, yarn over, skip the next 2, go to the 3rd one, 1 double crochet in this one, get a hold of that stitch good, there we go, 1 double crochet in that one, chain 1, yarn over, and 1, 2, go to the 3rd one, and 2 double crochets. Keep dropping my loops. Okay, this one gets 2. Okay, chain 1, yarn over. Okay, we're on 1, 2, go to the 3rd one. With 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1, 2, 3rd chain, and 2 double crochets in that one. This stuff is really, really thin. Got our 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. And 2 double crochets. Yes, my days are getting better. Why does it seem like I have this twisted up? Nope, I don't. It was just not cooperating. Okay, now we're going to go here, and we're going to do our 2 back here. And then, after we've done that, we are going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain 3, which is here. Come into here and slip stitch to join. Now, what you should have is something that looks like this, where you have 1 double crochet and 2. And that one made 2, where you did your 1 in the beginning and the your chain and the 1 in the beginning. So all the way around from where you attach, you should have what looks like 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around for your V stitches. Thank you for the follow, Marie. Bobby Lou, we are making dragon scale fingerless gloves. Amber, I'm using a sport weight yarn, either a size 3 or a size 2. If you have them in dollar cakes, that's what I'm using. And it calls for a 3.5 crochet hook, but I'm using my 3.75. Thank you, Dina, for the gifts. So, we are going to, and the morning has gotten away. I mean, yes, I was 6 minutes late, but it doesn't seem like I've been on here for 40 minutes. So if we have a bunch of crocheters here today, we might just continue on with this crochet project and skip the knitting portion for today. Or we can do what we can and come back to this next week. I can't guarantee I'll be back this afternoon. I'm not sure because I do have to get this. I know I won't be back this afternoon. So you guys let me know what you want to do when we get to that point, is when we're supposed to switch over. Now round 2, we are going to chain 3 and we are going to do 4 double crochets around the post of that chain 3. So we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the post of the stitch. We are now going to do 4 double crochets around this post. No, not this post, I'm sorry. Around the chain from the previous round, working in a downward direction. So right here, this post, nope, this one. This was our chain 3. We're going to do 4 double crochets in that post working in a downward direction, and I'm going to show you how we do that. Turn your work to the side. Isolate that chain 3, which is immediately under the one that you just did, like this. Yarn over, and you're going to go right around the post of that stitch. You see how I am right around that chain 3. And we are going to put 4 double crochets down the length of that, okay? There's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. And here's 4. So what it actually looks like is we have folded our work to expose just the chain 3 from the first row, and we've done 4 double crochets over that. Oh, Bobby Lou, you're a crocheter? Okay. Yes, the pattern is in my bio. If you have any issues opening it, let me know, because Marla had some issues. She couldn't get it to open. She said it just kept going all the way to the bottom and wouldn't let her click on it. I double checked and I didn't have any issues, but all of it's, all that stuff is here on my end. I don't know. So let me know, Am, if you have an issue opening it up. Now, mind you, the pattern does go to Ravelry. If you don't have a Ravelry account, you will have to create one to be able to open the pattern. After you do your 4 double crochets on that post, we're going to chain 1. Okay? Now, if you are just joining, these will be uploaded to YouTube this afternoon. I will have to edit a little bit of this one because I didn't start the video with my NCS sounds, but I won't chop off, the information that's needed. Now, the rest of the directions is we're going to put 5 double crochets around the post of the next double crochet in that V-stitch, which is this one right here, right next to it. Yes, because this is the V-stitch, so we're working this way. So we are going to, again, fold our work, find that that double crochet in the V-stitch that is just to the left of where you just did your 4 double crochets, okay? We are going to fold our work so that just that stitch is there and you can feel the holes on both sides. We are going to yarn over, and we are going to do 5 double crochets around that post, okay? You can see here if I lay it flat, there's the other side of our V-stitch. We're going to be working around this post. 5 double crochets right in that post. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and my computer screen just went dark on me. I should have had it set up so it stayed lit up. Okay, and then you have something that looks like this. Okay, this is in the back, but this is here. After you do the 5 double crochets around the next double crochet, which we've just done, okay, you're going to slip stitch into the DC. So that is, we just did these 5 here. You're going to slip stitch into the DC. So after you get those 5 done, just perform a slip stitch in the same space, and it gives you this. Okay? And we're going to repeat that around. You'll have 6 crocodile stitches and 6 slip stitches. Okay? And she did note that on the final stitch, when she did the slip stitch, she went through the beginning chain 3 from the first crocodile stitch, which is underneath of here, and the DC. So she went pretty good to anchor it so that it stayed down and flat. So we are going to come on over to here, and all right, we're going to come over here. I was just clarifying. We're going to come over here to this single one right here, the double crochet that is to the left of where you just finished. And we're going to isolate that again, and we are going to be doing double crochets in there. So do your chain. Do you have to chain 3? I'm looking for the, no, we don't have to chain 3. All right, this is what we have to do. We've just finished our slip stitch right there. We have to come to this stitch, and we're going to work this way so that we can come down and work this post. Okay, so we're going to turn it this way. Here is our scale. We've just done our slip stitch down here. We are going to fold that over to expose the next double crochet that's all alone by itself. And we are going to, again, isolate that stitch so that we can get through it to work around the post. I'm surprised that they don't have you chaining any. Okay, and we're going to do 5 double crochets in this one because the chain 3 was the 5th with the 4 on the first one. So all the rest of these, we are going to do 5 double crochets, and this is going to pull this up a little bit. So if your glove was tight on your hand, this is going to make it even tighter, I do believe, because this is pulling stitches together. So I've got 5 double crochets down that post. Now I'm going to come over here to this first post here of the V-stitch, the yarn over first, and I'm going to put my hook in there, and I'm going to turn the work the other way, because now we work this way. Now we're going to be working down this way with, we do a chain 1 before we do that, sorry, chain 1, and then 5 double crochets down the first leg of that V-stitch, which is right next to it. And 5. If anybody is lost, please say hey. Once we get the 5 double crochets in there, we come down here. Oh, that's way wide. I'm sure we come back down into here and slip stitch. Let me try this and see what it looks like, which was the original double crochet. Nope, that took it over too far. Let's see if we do our slip stitch here, which is slip stitch in the double crochet. Yeah, that don't look right. It leaves it too wide. So maybe it is back over here. Let me double check. Let me see. Should have said the first double crochet, which would have made sense. Now let me see here. Here's our double crochet from the first one. Move our stitches out of the way so I can get into there and do my slip stitch right there. Let me pull my hook out of the way and get all this straight. No, that's putting them too close together because they're not going to lay flat. Are they supposed to lay flat? And you can see I did not try this pattern out before I made the decision this morning, like 10 minutes before class. So that's what I really don't like about it. And it says, I didn't twist that up any. Let me try that slip stitch again. I got to start trying these patterns out like I used to before I do all of this. And for some reason, that's not right. That's why it's not coming out right. So I didn't put it around. I did not put it around the double crochet. I put it around the chain that goes in between. I put it up here instead of over here. Okay. Let me yarn over and do my 5 double crochets around that post. That's why it didn't come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now still, that's awful wide. Let's see, slip stitch back over here. That should bring it together. We might have to slip stitch. I don't know if I like this. Here we go. Now it's starting to look right, but it doesn't want to lay right. Why is this not? I gotta look at this picture. Hold on a minute, guys. Definitely should have looked at these. Okay, I think I see what I am doing wrong. Come back here to the pattern. And I probably should have watched the video. Give me just a second. Okay, I gotta pull this back out to the start of these crocodile stitches because I think I'm placing them in the wrong spots. I gotta go back to the beginning. And I probably was going the wrong way. So, making sure I'm flat in the V-stitch made. All right. I think what's going on here. We are going to do our 4 double crochets in the first one, 2, because it says V stitch that was made, and that was the V stitch that was made by closing it up. 4, chain 1, double crochet around the next one in the V-stitch. So this one is the V-stitch. Let's go back down through this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we are going to slip stitch around the single double crochet that's all alone by itself. And then we're going to work over here to this next V-stitch. Okay, that gives you, why does that look weird? Let me take a look at